Hello and welcome to Rush Hour Round 7 here at Brands Hatch. I hope you're all well and I hope you've had a fantastic week. And you join me here with Andrew Marr to commentate on the wonderful Rush Hour series. Good evening, Andrew. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, Hugh. How are you doing? Now, I hope there's not going to be any buses underneath the brakes in your commentary. And I have been instructed by Ms. Buch, Theamsuante, the lovely lady who is in charge. The chair in charge? Is that, I suppose she's in charge, isn't it?
Yep.
It's got her name on it. Anyway, so to do as many silly French accents as possible. She didn't actually say that, but I'm interpreting what she said as that because I like her and she's, said something on those lines. So yeah, I'm going to be that kind of bitch where I just do as I'm told. Thank you very much. But I will also be doing my German accent. I won't be doing Norwegian accent because I can't do one. But if anyone's got any requests in the chat for silly accents I can't do, I can do them and then maybe get sued later. I haven't got anything, so it doesn't matter. They can have what I've got. Thank you very much.
So, we join in the last few minutes of qualifying. We've seen the GT3 cars go round, and at the front it is, of course, Mike Williams, who's been doing incredibly well for the whole series long, and he is in pole position as we go. But at the moment it's the GT4s and Mr. Lewis, who is just 8.2 seconds off the GT3 time, the best GT3 time. He is heading up the pack. Now, I'm going to carry on, sorry.
No, sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted. I just wanted you to clarify what doing really well means.
Well, he's basically blitzing everybody, isn't he?
Yeah, he's won every single... But not only just in this series, he's kind of won every race in every series. I mean, you were racing on Wednesday, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
In the wheel, which I just really...
That was a good night. That was a great night, actually.
Well, I mean, bits of it weren't quite so good.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I would like to say what a fantastic job you did and the way you recovered and kept going. But who won? Mike. Every single race, the guy's just fast. It's great.
Yeah.
It is great. It's great. I actually really like having people that talented there. I mean, a lot of people, I know in Formula One people, I'm sick and tired of this person winning all the time, but it's quite nice just to see that level of skill.
Yeah.
If you appreciate skill, it's nice to see that level of skill,
Now, we've got some new people watching. We've got Dimo Dimchev. Good evening. We've got Pagan Ant as well, who's watching. It's good to see you. So we'll check back on our YouTube feed as much as we can as we go through the race tonight. But I'm looking forward to this because Brands Hatch is one of my favourite tracks.
You like Brands. You've always been good at Brands. On Gran Turismo Sport, on every other race I've seen you on in Brands Hatch, you have been superb. Really, really good.
Well, that's very kind.
Well, you're an idiot because how the hell? I don't know how you... I mean, what? Seriously, come on. I don't like it at all. I like a couple of the corners. I like the Jim Clark. No, hold on. No, I don't like the Jim Clark curve. No, hold on. Let me just check. I'm getting my notes.
Have you got a track map there for you, Andrew?
What the hell? I'm a nerd. Of course I have. I just can't remember. Yeah, no, I hate the Jim Clark curve. I'll rephrase. The Jim Clark curve is named after one of my favourite racing drivers, but I hate it because it's tightening.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not so bad when you're on the full circuit. The Indy circuit, I hate it the most. If you've got the Indy circuit where you cut out of Surtees into McLaren, apparently, it tightens, and I know it's an indicator of skill being able to deal with this kind of stuff, but I ain't got that skill. So, in terms of pure joy, nah. I don't like Westfield. Druids is all right. I like Druids. Druids is okay. Surtees, hate Surtees.
You know what I'm going to do? Once we start the race and things have settled down a wee bit, I'm going to ask you to do a lap of the track with all the names of all the corners so we can see exactly what the names are. And I'm sure you'll be able to...
Oh, that's a bit too much pressure. I've been having chest pains, mate. I get a lot of stress.
Ah, well.
I mean, actually, wait.
We don't want you passing out on air.
Well, I might. I can't promise anything.
So that is the end of qualifying. Now, would you like to go through?
Go on board with someone now. And then, no, not someone sat in the pit. Oh, God. All right, fine, doing race then. That's no good.
No, hang on.
Lewis! We've heard of him. Yeah. Right, so I like the Sheen curve. Now, I do actually like the Sheen curve, genuinely, not just because Barry Sheen, who's my hero. Oh, God, I love Barry Sheen.
He was a great racer.
He wasn't just, he was a great racer, he was just a great character as well. I remember I was buying Bike Magazine in the last 1 minute 45 of max wait time. I used to buy Car Magazine, I used to buy Bike Magazine. And Bike Magazine in those days was it was corporate, but it was still a little bit rebellious. You had this cartoon at the back that was a bit dodgy, and you had it was still filled with people who were 5'9" and thought that anything that they couldn't reach or put the feet down on a motorcycle was too big. Now I'm 6'2", so they were useless for me.
Yeah.
I mean, there was then a Triumph 955 Daytona was, it's a bit of a stretch, the handlebars. I sat on one and it was the most comfortable bike I'd ever sat on.
Yeah.
It's just, and they're all like 5'9", 5'7", bikers, useless.
Yeah.
But Barry Sheen, he used to write for that magazine and he was just a voice of normality.
Yeah.
Like a normal bloke that used to swear a bit.
Yeah. He used to smoke as well. I'm sure he used to smoke. I'm sure
he
I saw
stopped
him.
when he got cancer, and that's what he died of. And so he obviously stopped with that. And he moved to Australia. The reason he moved to Australia is because he needed heat, because he was made out of a lot of titanium.
Yeah.
And he literally, and he used to get a lot of arthritis in cold climates. So he had to move to. He came back to Britain a lot. It's not like he forgot his home. But my favourite thing about him is that he was talking. Somebody interviewed him about dodgy driving in London and taxi drivers pulling out in front of bikers and stuff like this. And he goes, "Well, I don't know about all of that. All I know is 2 billiard balls in a sock makes a hell of a dent in the top of a car." Just thought, wow, I love this guy.
He is good. Now, but just before we start, do you want to have a quick run through of the top drivers who are on the grid?
Oh, we've got Mr. Williams, shocker, in first place. Jay Short. Now, the problem is that we get given, the lovely Matt gives us a fantastic list of the players, but it's not in a particular order.
It should be.
Well, it is in an order, but it's not in an order where necessarily...
It should all work. Hang on a second. If I go to drive...
So, Mark Williams... No. Yours is. I'm talking about the information screen that I have in front of me. Okay. So Mark Meneses is the team with Mark Williams in his. Mike Williams. I'm doing what you did with his AMV8, and Maurice Streicher in his AMV8 GT4. So if anyone's not watched this before, you get a GT. You get teams. Each team has 2 cars, 2 drivers. Each team is made of a GT3 car and a GT4 car, okay? On the screen as you're looking now, you get white. And the white ones are the GT3 cars. Sorry, they're the Pro cars, And it's also split into Pro and Am, right? Yeah. So the white, if you've got a number on the screen next to the name, it's a white... it's a Pro car. If you have a red number, so... For example, G. McDonald is another one of our top drivers, very, very competitive. 666 is his car number at the top. Keep going, back up again.
All right.
He's a red number. He's an AM driver. Okay. Now, if you go back down now, you'll see that the cars with white, whether white or red, will have a little cut off in the bottom right-hand corner. Little blue cut off in the bottom right corner, and they are the GT4 cars. So you will know what kind of driver is on there. So I mean, G. McDonald is I'm an Pro. If they're anything like the other racing series that I follow in the Discord servers and with our pals, it's a sort of a speed thing, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Mike Williams might be someone that's paid as a professional sim racer. You know, he's obviously going to be able to devote a lot more time to like that. I don't really know. Well, our mate Matthew Evans, the brains of the operation, as we want to call him.
Yeah.
Well, he's a nerd and he's proud of it, and I love him for it because I'm a nerd and I'm proud of it, and I love my spots too. So we have Mike Williams, Jay Sawyer, G McDonald. Oh,
yep.
These numbers.
Griffith in fourth. Oh, they've changed places there.
So Stephanie Griffith, who it looks like is our top female racer. Now I'm looking for the day when that's an irrelevance, where pointing out that someone's a woman. The only reason I point it out is because they reckon there's 100,000 racers in the world, genuine racers, on track racers as opposed to sim racers in the world. There's a lot more sim racers, obviously, and about 10,000 of those are girls.
Wow.
Okay, so Susie Wolf, who's a very well-known female racing driver and a hell of a lot better driver than I'll ever be. Now, married to Toto Wolff, so she's in a position with that as well, and was on Channel 4 as a pundit, and she was a test driver for Williams. She one of the most fantastic stories I've ever heard about anybody really was she's from Scotland. There's not a lot of racing going on there. She came 15th in the race once in England because she had to travel to England to be able to do racing, and she was then.
Sawyer's gone very wide, trying to nearly took out Mr. Williams when he went back there. That was something. So now they are approaching Clearways.
John Sawyer, SJ Motorsport, with Dan Johnson.
Yep. Right, here we go. It's the wing cam. And as we ready for the hours race between GT3 and GT4.
Listen to the Aston Martin Mercedes V8.
Good. It's good, isn't it?
Aston Martin are now customer buying AMG V8s, turbocharged V8s, and we all know what they sound like. They sound like that. Kind of
Get ready to go.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
And already they're challenging. I'll go into the helicam, but Mike Williams has got the best line through turn 1 as they go up the hill into the hairpin.
Already got a gap. What a guy.
Look at that. He's already got a gap there, but it was quite close as they came in. And now as we look through, let's have a look.
Yeah, what is he doing there to end up being 10 car lengths ahead of everybody else? Now, he's already shown himself to be so much faster than everybody else.
He's very good at getting those tyres warmed up and getting away on the first lap, which is crucial. Look at that, he's weaving a little bit just to kind of put some heat into those tyres. Now, it looks like it's getting a little bit cooler out there. It's saying it's 26 degrees track temperature, but it looked a little bit grey, so we haven't really had that many wet races yet in rush hour. Could we get one as it is England at Brands Hatch? There's surely a strong possibility that there could be some rain.
Well, Matt was in his whatever the word is for where he's doing the talky bit at the beginning. You can come up with the words for it, Hugh. He was saying people, pray to the rain gods of England to see what kind of weather we're going to get. So how does this work actually, Hugh? You probably know. Is it that the organisers decide what the rain's going to change, or does Assetto Corsa Competizione have a...
They can set it up in the server.
A random... Has it got a random button, if you know what I mean?
I think they can set it up in the server as to how they want it to work. And then it goes from there. So yeah, they might well have a random setting. I know that Chili Dog, who normally does a lot of that, who helps set up the servers, he'll be the one to ask. But also Matt would be the one to ask as well about that. But yeah, at the moment everything seems to be quite straightforward. And as far as I can see, there hasn't been any major incidents.
I did notice on coming around the first corner, your favourite place to crash into people back in the day when you were max elbows. Okay, to people that don't know, Mr. Hatrick is very fast. Very fast. He's not as fast as Mike Williams, but he's competent. He's certainly a hell of a lot faster than I am. But that's not much of a compliment. But he's competitive. Is that a good way? Is that a good phrase for you?
Yeah.
Competitive.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's fairly competitive, but he has recently improved enormously by changing not his ability at
somebody's
driving.
gone off there.
Yeah. Someone's gone off, and he's not improved so much. And he has improved it with his driving, but he's improved with his sort of approach to the racing, which is something. It's a maturity thing. He used to be 12, and now he's back to being 46.
I was going to say about 13.
Sorry, 13,
oh, look at this! There's a good battle here with Mark Lewis.
Yes, but that car, the green car, which looks very much like a McLaren F1. I don't know if that's true. Have we got any McLaren F1s? I'll have a look in a second. But we've got McLarens. No, it's a Lamborghini. Was the car that had come off?
So there. Maybe this is what the issue is. Maybe they've had a couple of folk coming off because we've got all the blue cars, the GT4s, and then the grey cars, and it looks like there is definitely a grey car in the mix here.
Now, what car are we following here? It's hard to tell. Is it the white car we're following of Matt Lewis? No, the blue car. Okay, so we have Mr. Like, J. Like,
yep,
young James. I say young, and they're all young to me. In the white car ahead is now pulling away, and then you've got the green car of I'm guessing it's the number 25 Audi. They say it's an Audi. Of Mr. Schulte.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I want to do this in a French accent just because Mademoiselle Bouc said poopy, which I think is funny, and it got to me thinking, better say this, no? God, I'm such a bitch. Yes, it is Schulte. It is absolutely Schulte. Let's see what the full name of Mr. Schulte is. Simone, if you're foreign, or Simon. Transatlantic Racing. In an Audi R8, Yvonne. It's an Audi. Now, okay, in my defence, the Audi R8 and the Lamborghini Gallardo are the same under the skin, all right?
Yeah.
So, there you go. Mike Tucker, who's in an AMG GT4, is his teammate wherever Mike is. But if you see Mike anywhere, looks a bit twitchy. Now we know a young person that's in an R8 V10 and does very well in it. But that person is. It would be so good to see young JJ.
Yeah.
In this stream, just to see how well he stacks up with people.
Yeah.
I have some predictions. Which I don't want to say on air.
I think he would be very good.
He would be very good.
I think I know he's had problems with his setup recently, with his rig and stuff. So now we've got a good battle here between the top GT4 drivers, Mark Lewis and Striker. Striker. And
I would say Striker. Yeah.
Now we need to make a bit of an apology to Chili Dog, who is currently in 10th.
Okay, go.
Because
we
did have a bit of an incident on Wednesday, which he did. We all kind of were all okay afterwards, but it was quite a last minute move. But we've had some close racing on Spin the Wheel in the last few weeks. But no, that was a good night. But Chili Dog is racing and is 10th, right behind Theamusante. So we'll catch up with that in a few minutes' time. But this is a good battle, and Striker is keeping Mark Lewis absolutely on edge as we go round Brands Hatch. And you can see the cloud is getting a bit thicker, perhaps. It looks a bit darker, doesn't it? I wonder whether we'll get a bit more rain, or we'll start to get some rain during the race. And of course the pit lane opens after 15 minutes, and all the drivers have to make a pit stop and a tyre change. And if they get any extra drive-throughs or any other penalties, then that still means they still have to make a pit stop. They'll just maybe have to make 2. Now, what do you think, Andrew, of this battle that we're watching just now?
I think it's pretty standard. Brands is not the easiest track to overtake on. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest with you. It's one of these ones where you have to you have to apply pressure without hitting someone, or diving up the inside on a sort of.
What has happened? What's happened there?
I have no idea. That was really weird.
Yeah, I wonder a bit of lag or something, perhaps.
I don't know. It looked like he went off the track down the inside of it.
Yeah, went into the pits or went into the kind of guardrail and cut through, and then the next thing we know, they're there. But look how close Govier is, right behind Chili Dog, and Chili Dog's got a bright pink livery on this car. Let's have a little look at that one.
Mr. Chili Dog here. I'm gonna deal with Chili Dog in a second, but Chili Dog is the teammate in a GT4 car, teammate of Alatea Bouk. You may have heard of her. She's French.
All right.
And she has something to do with this stream. Something other to do with the race. Some undefined, unknown thing that she does.
Yeah. I think Chili
stream.
Dog's in a GT3 car, not a GT4. He's just done a 126.5, which is way quicker than any GT4 car could do.
I'm glad you know these things. Let me just have a quick look. Poopadoo Racing. Oh no, I'm wrong. Sorry, it might have been that she was in a team with him somewhere else.
Yeah, I think maybe other things. I think it's Thea alongside Mark Lewis.
Mark Lewis, yes, in the Mercedes AMG GT4.
Yeah.
So she's in the Ferrari 488, which I've never driven it in an ACC race, but in Gran Turismo Sport I found it very twitchy on the rear end. So that's one of those things where a twitchy car can be extremely fast in a very talented set of hands.
Yeah.
I am not that. Well, no, I am talented. I am awesome. Obviously, I'm gorgeous and brilliant and fantastic, and I can do the perfect Parisian French accent from Monty Python. And but anyway, let's have a look at Chili Dog.
Yeah, that is some livery. That is kind of real. It's like a woman's kind of lipstick colour, that, isn't it?
No. What that is someone destroying an entire lipstick factory onto a McLaren. So that's a Chili Dog, who's in a McLaren 720S. Oh, yes. No, this is a stupid thing. I saw this earlier, and that is the partner of a certain Jeff of the Coldclough nature, who is driving a McLaren 570S. So I like that. I like symmetry. You've got a fast McLaren and a slower McLaren in the same team.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good at grass cutting, though, Chili Dog. Anyway, so Chili Dog. Let's talk about Chili Dog.
Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, so Mark Lewis, his teammate, is in a bit of a battle.
Of the Mercedes V8s, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Or almost side by side.
Listen, if anyone's saying, no, they're not Mercedes, both V8s in both of those cars are Mercedes AMG V8s, okay? Just because one of them's an Aston Martin and the same colour does not mean it's not an an AMG V8. So
now we've got Jerry F1 watching, and of course he calls himself the King of Brands Hatch, but he's not racing here tonight. But it's a great track, and we love Jerry. He's good fun. I hope you're well, Jerry, and to everyone who's watching. Hope you're enjoying the race.
Yes, I've actually forgotten about the chat. So Simon, Andrew, those who can do, those who can't talk about it. Duh. I mean, I would like. Okay, it's a chat challenge. Chat challenge. For Simon,
and Jonathan's watching too.
Good old. Yeah, Jonathan's really nice to me though, so he's not going to do this.
Oh, you can.
So, oh, but he is. I mean, Jonathan's very kind to me. I mean, he's a bloody pilot and he's really good at it. Anyway, so let's not go. Let's not say Soppy. Simon, name a time where I've boasted about my ability. Ever. Just out of interest. I mean, I've had people take the piss out of my ability, out of jealousy because I don't give a shit. But, you know, when have I actually boasted about my ability? I haven't. I know I'm crap, and I make no bones about it. I enjoy driving. I love driving very much. In terms of driving a car, a real car, I am pretty good. You know, compared with 70 million people in Britain who drive around like they've got their head up their own arse. I'm fairly decent. I don't pretend to be a very good racer. I don't pretend to be very good in Gran Turismo Sport, and I don't give a damn to be that. Actually, it's a game, and I quite enjoy it. I've discovered that I have found brilliant things to enjoy in it, but don't compare myself to anybody else. Just
now we've got a good friend here as well who is racing tonight, Keith Updike, in the McLaren in Lightning
Keith.
Motorsport. So
your old teammate.
Yes, he's with Jason Bravo, and also I think it is who's the teammate of Keith tonight, and it'll be in the GT3 car.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I've only got two screens, you see, so I can.
I think it was at
I can either look at that. No, I'll tell you now. It's Keith in. Give me a second. Keith's in GT4. So let's have a quick look. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, Dyke, Keith and Dyke. Dirk Winnow.
That's right.
Is another one. This is another double McLaren team, and that is Lightning Motorsport. So Dirk Winnow
is in fifth. He's currently in fifth, in fact.
Ooh,
look at that. He is holding his own.
61. Car 61.
That was the number I had last year when we did the Wavy World Tour. Number 61. Yeah. Now there's lots of overtaking going on. There's also lap traffic. It didn't take long at all for the GT3 cars to catch up, but then with an 8-second difference, plus a bit of argy-bargy here and there.
So much. I've been, as you know, and very few other people give a damn about. I've been now I had my Christmas present with the lovely wheel and pedals, and also some advice on the best way to sort of approach it from my perspective, rather than just, you know, everyone else's idea of what it should be.
Yeah,
there's lots of people. What's that saying? Isn't it? Is that opinions are like arseholes? Everyone's got one. I've had a lot of those, and so I have been very much enjoying going for what I call going for a drive with in Gran Turismo Sport. You know, I miss driving, and I've been very much enjoying doing that.
Yeah.
With an upcoming race at Bathurst, I've been piddling about at Bathurst. So I have taken real cars out on it, you know, road cars, but specifically GT4 and GT3 cars out on it, and I've been getting much better. So that preamble is to show that I have noticed that in a GT4 car, I'll get. My best time is like a 2:19, which is terrible. I know it's terrible, but it's a good time for me. In a GT3 car, I'm getting 2:07, and in a GT2 car, I'm getting a 2:03. So it's interesting, isn't it, how the difference in outright speed between a GT3 and a GT2 car is only 5 seconds, but between the GT3 and 4 car is 12.
Yeah.
So maybe that, I don't know how that works in real life, but ACC is much closer to real life than you know. I was waiting for that.
We were waiting for it.
Errod.
Oh dear, poor old Errod has he has all the luck of Johnny Herbert, I think, when it comes to accidents and being pushed out. Thankfully not breakdowns, but he always seems to get a spin here or there. In fact, we can see what happened there.
Well, I could see what's happening. They were alongside. He had the inside line for the first corner.
Yeah.
Errod's a great racer, but he can be quite aggressive. He had the inside line for the first corner. Yeah, do your thing of rewinding.
Yeah. We need to go a bit.
The problem is that he had the outside line for the next corner, which would have been fine and I'm going to use this as a
Here
segue
he comes.
into Chili Dog. So he's on the inside of that car.
Yeah.
It's probably a GT3.
Was that update? Was that Keith?
It might be Keith.
Just-
Okay.
Oh.
Just rewind
Yeah.
again, because I want to point out something here, which I'm going to use in my little monologue about Chili Dog and you.
Won't let me go any further back.
No, just to do it again. Just do it again. If you can, in your special... sort of-
Yeah, I don't know why it won't let me go back.
Simon saying, and Simon, please don't think I was having a go at you, mate. I just was giving you a challenge. Defending myself. I don't often defend myself. But I've been trying to learn, because, you know... Okay, so he's got the outside line. Where are we
now he's this is a live shot
doing it
here.
again. So I think
And
that
we've-
what he's doing is he's a GT3 car making his way past GT4 cars. But what happened there was they were both got into that corner side by side, and then as we've seen so many times, not just in sim racing but also in Formula One and other racing, he just takes you know, the natural thing to do is to try and take the line, the racing line. You've got someone on the inside, and you kind of you got in your mind a twin sort of driver. I've got to get past, and you know, I'm lapping people. So in your mind, they're much slower than me. So you think that they're going to be out of the way. And they weren't out of the way. They didn't lift off because they're racing people too. Why should they stop racing other people who will take an advantage and go past them just because you're coming past and they're a slower type of car? So with the Chili Dog thing, to sort of finish our group apology, because I was your race engineer on the day, Chili Dog went out to take a line. He felt he'd left room for you. And in the entrance to the corner, there were loads of room. Lots of room. And this is what I think Simon's driving at when he saw that coming all the way from Druids. Because the gap's there on the entrance to the corner does not necessarily mean the gap's going to be there going through the apex of the corner. And that's the important bit. Because if a car is... You know, everyone tries to go wide and then sweep into the apex of the corner, don't they? Unless they're specifically allowing you to go past, or they're very kind, and there's not many people like that, they're always going to sweep in towards the apex. So when you sort of dug your nose in there on Wednesday, I don't think you were doing anything specifically wrong in the sense of, I'm going to knock him off the circuit like that. What you were doing is you were going for a gap. But unless the other driver recognises that you're in that gap, they're always going to go for that apex. So Brundle used to talk about how Senna would stick his nose somewhere and then leave it up to you whether or not you crashed. And it's almost, and with Senna and Schumacher and many others like Max Verstappen, it's a sort of a mental approach, isn't it? It's like, there is a gap, I will go for the gap, and then if there's a crash, it'll be because you didn't get out of my way. And it's I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't dislike you. I think you're brilliant. But it's just a sort of an approach of other people having to make room for you. It's evolution, isn't it? They talk about evolution. About alpha males assuming their dominance, and all that kind of stuff in wolf packs and lion packs and whatever lion pack's called in real life. Simon can tell us that, he knows these things. It's a sort of, you get out of my way, and there is a thing about how can you be a world champion without that attitude? They talked about DC being too kind and too much of a gentleman. And I always took exception to that, but I understand what they were saying, because he wasn't so arrogant as to believe that everyone should get out of his way. You know? Prost and Senna, they fought each other in that way because they both thought everyone should get out of their way. Without exception, So this is the problem with Formula One at the moment, for example, where we have we have that issue where you've got Verstappen that thinks everyone should get out of his way, and you've got Lewis Hamilton that used to. I don't think he's ever been quite as full of himself as that. He's learned a lot of maturity over the years to sort of play the long game and move away from other people, and as for all the codswallop he's been coming out with in many subjects, in terms of racing, I think he's a really safe racer.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, boom! Prides. Thank you, Simon. Lion Prides, and also Mr. A Political Mind, our friends, Captain John Sutherland. At least the stewards are fair in Formula One. Of course they are. They've never used, even in the years before the last race of last season, they've never used a safety car to deliberately bunch the field up in the last few laps to make a really exciting race, man. Yeah, there's no fakery going on there. Oh my God.
Now we've got a great battle here between McDonald and Sawyer, who are second and third, and there's just half a second between them. Can they get closer? Oh, he's
do me a favour. Just do me a quick favour. Have a look at Mike Williams. Just go to Mike Williams. I want to see what the gap is.
7.9 seconds, and his best lap was a 23.8.
Okay, we can go for it. I just wanted to just, and also look at the way he's going past people. Very professional, very clean, not meant taking any risks.
Yeah.
See, that's when I see Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see that level of ability.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can go back to the others now. Go back to the normal people.
Yeah. It was.
What do they call them? Aliens? Mike Williams is an alien.
But he's only four. Hang on, I need to. That's what it is. Got to go round on the right car. That is. We are with Sawyer. We're currently on board with Sawyer, and that is McDonald right behind him.
Oh, excellent.
In the Lexus. Not many people use the Lexus. I have to say, it's quite a rare car.
Is it a V10 or is it?
I think it's a V8.
Okay.
It's a V8, I think. But it's a good close battle here from SJ Motorsports.
You see. Okay, right. That's a great battle to see, and these two are both excellent drivers. I would imagine they've kind of like they've taken themselves out of the win, and they've just gone, we can battle each other. That's fine. Right. Go to the chat. Simon has said something which I did know. DC admitted that he lacked the pure qualifying speed, and that's where Hakkinen always had things. Yes, absolutely. And one of the things that really annoyed me, I believe it was 2000 or 2001, the Hakkinen's final year, where it almost like kind of like gone, right, I'm just gonna, whatever. I'm not like Hakkinen. I was a fan of Hakkinen, and DC was the lead driver in McLaren at the time, and he was challenging Schumacher really well. But what was happening is that the McLaren was breaking down all the time, but it was all electronics. DC was looking at his third potential win in a row at Monaco. And he would have been the first racing driver to do that. Or the second. I don't know if Jimmy Clark or
I know Senna had won it twice on the trot, I think, hadn't he? Well, he had 5 or 6 victories in Monaco.
Yeah, but it's on the trot. It's the on the trot thing, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a Monty Scrunfundle. That's a really good name. Monty Scrunfundle. I hope that's rude. Anyway, yes, so it was electronics because it was the days where they had launch control and traction control and this kind of stuff. So he pressed all and I remember it was one of the most exciting things I've ever seen, okay, which was the it was the God, that's just a dodgy place to go past someone.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just is. It just is. It was probably one of the most exciting qualifyings that I've ever seen. If the most exciting racing things I've ever seen. And it was DC versus Schumacher. Now, Schumacher was one of those last lap Banzai one lap kings, wasn't he? He was really good at it. Now, DC's more like me. He needs to build up, which is why the one lap qualifying thing they tried a little bit after that was useless for him.
Yeah.
He had to build up, and he was quick on a qualifying, but he wasn't the quickest. Mackinnon was super duper, okay? But on that day, DC went out last minute and did the Banzai qualifying lap and got pole.
Yeah.
He out-Schumachered Schumacher.
Yeah.
It was astonishing, absolutely astonishing. And then his car switched off on the grid.
That's right, yeah. And in those days you couldn't restart them. You couldn't get them re-going. I think nowadays with hybrids you can.
Well, he had to start from the back. He had to start, and he went through the grid. He was stuck for half a lap, half a race behind an Arrows, who wouldn't get out of his way. Yeah. And he was complaining. I mean, it's this thing. Oh, what's he complaining? It's racing, yeah. But the Arrows isn't racing the McLaren. So it's
close. A rare thump from Mr. Lewis there.
Oh, well, you know.
And now he's got Striker right behind him too. They're all trying. They're all desperately trying for the same piece of tarmac. Yeah.
This is the old chestnut, isn't it? Of using the back markers to get past other people. That was, but he didn't get it. He didn't get it. To be fair to O'Hare.
Oh, his Striker's finally gone past Mark Lewis.
Oh, boom!
But he's coming back as they come into the hairpin.
Got the undercut. What's it gonna happen?
He's going around. Oh, just, and then Aaron's in the midst. Look at how you come. Oh,
what's Aaron doing? He's not even in that fight. He's not even in that fight.
He's in the GT3s, of course. And he's going to go on the inside, and then Striker comes through and takes the inside ahead of Mark Lewis.
Oh, that's really good racing. That is superb racing. That's what we like to see. Aaron was doing that sort of GT3 driver's thing of get out of my way, and it caused a bit of a ruckus there.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a fantastic battle, and it's still going.
O'Hare, that was actually a pass for position, not lapping. They're all GT4 cars, so they passed him, for position. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
But then Errod got in the mix, and that battle we were talking about earlier.
Someone's gone wide. Thing is, I think a lot of the guys came in very early for their pit stops, and they've found themselves right at the back. We've got like Mark Lewis in 28th place, which is a good bit back considering he was right up there in about 17th or 18th at the start. So I just wonder whether maybe they're coming in that early. Maybe this hasn't helped them because they get bunched up in traffic. So maybe going as long as you can and then taking your pit stop as late as possible may have actually been a better strategy, and take on as little fuel as you need.
So you get your laps in when you got no one in your way, and then you pop in and a bit later. Yeah. So we have half an hour, 29 minutes of this race to go. This 1 hour rush hour race. And apart from it talking nonsense, it's something. But it's ever tightening. I just want to mention that Monty Scrunfundle. I've got to say that a few more times. Monty Scrunfundle. This needs more advertising. There should be more people in here. I followed Taya and didn't know this existed. Really?
It should. I know that Back had put the link in the stream, in Taya's stream. So hopefully it should be pinned in the comments.
And also in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, Monty Scrunfundle, it should be. I've got sympathy because there are so many Discords and so many threads and text channels on each Discord. It's hard to keep up with this kind of stuff. It really is.
But we're very pleased of the kind words, so that's very. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, and I hope everyone is enjoying the race here on Theamuzone. So I'm going to say this right. I know it's been a long week, and I've been up since 6:30, but that's not an excuse.
Mister, you've had a really hard day, mate, and you've done brilliant. You've done really brilliant.
Oh, look at that going through. That's the Bentley going through on Martin Lewis.
Monty Scrunt Fundler's just said, also I'm a bit thick, so I might have missed it. I think you're being a bit harsh on yourself. But okay, fair enough. Okay, so Jerry also mentioned, we were talking earlier about 3 in a row. Not only has he told us about Lion Pride, because that's his expertise, he said he believes that Senna won Monaco 89, 90 and 91. I wasn't sure that he would be the first person to get 3 in a row, but he would also he would be one of the few, And it turning off was just gobsmacking. It was one of his best performances, and yet people never seem to sort of pick up on that fact. And I've also seen him in Race Champions. He's done a really good job in Race Champions. Sometimes he can't keep up with all discourse. No, neither can I. And Mr. Apolitical Mind is being. We really need to pay that fella. Honestly.
I thought you were going to say we have to rein him in.
Rein him in? No.
Oh, Ered's in the pits. There's Ered taking his pit stop. There's quite a few in the pits. We've got Winnow, De Bruyne and Ered. And now Like has also come into the pits as well.
Now, I did say that this design of car
they're all coming.
Was like a cheese I had, and it was in the sense that there was like 2 colours tightly packed together. However, this in terms of colours, because the person I said this about was saying that I must buy some very strange cheese and need to not eat it. So fair enough. Okay, if you're going to be that specific about it, what I will say is this: it looks like nougat. It looks like the nugget, not nougat. Nougat's a modern thing. Okay, it's the posh way of saying nugget. When I was a kid, we used to get jaw-breaking nugget in blocks, in sort of cellophane, and that's what it looks like. So it's the nugget car. Thank you very much. Carry on.
There we are.
So why is she in a yellow Ferrari? Why is it yellow?
She likes her yellow kind of banana colours. And guess who she's coming up to now? She's caught up on Ered. Now the last few weeks and the last few races, when Ered and Thea get anywhere near each other, the sparks fly, but not in a romantic way.
There is definitely something going on between these two, and it's not romantic. It's kind of just like on track titanium sparks as their bodywork hits. There's so many different versions of sparks flying. Did you notice neither of them got anywhere near the apex there?
There's.
Do you take that corner without going near the apex?
I try and get the apex. You're just going to watch. You don't take too much curb because it can throw the car. And Ered goes wide. Thea comes through. Oh, but she has to back out of it. Now Ered is going to be holding his line here.
He wouldn't have given way. He would not have given way. You know that.
No. And here they come through at Clearways to complete another lap. I always remember that Mansell and Piquet battle at Brands Hatch many years ago, where Mansell broke the lap record on about 20 occasions.
Oh wow! Okay, fair enough.
Was it Piquet? I'm trying. Was it Piquet actually? I know Jerry will come back to us with that.
Simon will tell us. Don't call him Jerry or Ian, because both of those are wrong. I mean, he accepts Simon. Sorry. See, I've done it again. He accepts Simon because that's his name. He accepts Jerry because that's his handle. Ian, which somebody who may or may not be me, did call him once in the middle of a conversation, 2 minutes after calling him his real name, isn't quite so good. Yeah. Just in case anybody ever knows. wants to know. I like that corner. I can do that corner.
Yeah, that's a good corner, that one.
You
Let's
can
have a...
cut that corner. You can cut that corner.
So
Oh, boom! Right, okay, so Simon says Mansell and PK battle was at Silverstone in 1987.
it was. So what was the one in Brands Hatch where he won?
Cat Challenge. Cat Challenge.
It was a fantastic
what
race.
was the one at Brands Hatch that was a fantastic race?
Now, was it not one of Mansell's first ever British Grand Prix victories?
What he said.
I think it was Mansell's first ever British Grand Prix victory. About 86.
Mind is saying another nugget of information about cheese. That is good. That's a pun on the level that I do puns, and that's good because I do great puns. I do dad jokes like no one else on this planet. I'm good at it. Anyway, so Simon says, yeah, something like nearly 20 times he set a new lap record catching PK.
Yeah.
But in 1986 at Brands Hatch, PK missed a gear and Mansell overtook him. All I know about PK Mansell is that PK, which was his first Grand Prix victory, all I know is that PK, I don't know how good he was as a racer, but he was very good at being an absolute git.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that means I have no respect for him. I mean, he had stuff like he used to come up and say about how he hoped that his Mansell's kids and wife died to try and put him off a race. Anything.
Really? No, that's pretty.
Oh,
very
yeah,
pleasant.
he was really not a very nice guy.
Yeah. I know they didn't get on at all.
But you know, when Villeneuve went to Williams, Devon Hill tells about the stories. He sat at the table in the motorhome. You know, in the what do they call it? They're not motorhomes, what are they? What do they call the massive big hospitality things that they have out the back?
Yeah, I suppose it is a motorhome, really, or it's a kind of they're kind of.
But they're sort of multiple motorhomes. But anyway, he was sat having a meal. Villeneuve walked up to the table, got all the condiments, and took them with him to his table. And it was kind of like this kind of mind game thing that we all know Villeneuve did for years.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it was like, I'm in charge now. I will have your tomato sauce and salt. It's just, I just wonder. These people are all nuts. Oh, chili dog, having a fight with Lake. That's a good fight. He's close, he's up the inside. Oh, he's got it. What other angles can you get on this, mate?
I'll go back now. So we can see 15 seconds or so.
Motorhomes.
He must have lost quite a bit of...
Simon, motorhomes is not the right word. Those massive palaces they have out the back, what are they? Right, okay, your mate John has just come up with a terrible joke, which I will have to tell the world. I shall do it in a French accent like this, because I've not done many French accents there. Or shall I do it in as a German accent? I shall do it in German. There was a good battle between... No, this is the one thing. The other day, I entered 10 pans in the pan competition. I did not win. In fact, no pun intended. Pun intended. Oh God, that's so bad. So
that
bad.
Certainly is. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Well, here we go. We've got just under 20 minutes of the race to go, and there's just 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes of the pit window being open. But I think most of the drivers have now been in and out. And let's have a quick rundown of the top drivers in the race. We have Mike Williams, who is leading Sawyer by nearly 15 seconds. Then it's McDonald. Then it's De Bruyn. Then it's Winnow. Then Soka, Griffith, Erid, and then Thea in 9th. So So she's come through the field. They're done pretty well. She's back to near enough where she started in 9th place. Then we have Like in 10th. Chili Dog in 11th. God, that makes me feel hungry. I need a hot dog now. Sanders in 12th. Oh, that makes me want a KFC.
A chili dog. A chili dog.
San Fratello. That makes you want Italian food or something. And then we've got Yvonne Hoofler in 14th. And normally Yvonne is a little bit higher up, so she must have struggled here at Brands Hatch. But she's in 14th. Then Govier in 15th. Now Govier, he had a drive-through that he had to take, so that's probably put him down a bit. Then we have Schult in 16th, Stryker 17th, Mark Lewis in 18th, and Dan Johnson's in 19th, Turkey in 20th, Balinski in 21st, Keith Updike doing a great job in 22nd. Baluchinski.
You had this problem on Wednesday. Balu, the C is a Chinsky, or Sinsky if you like. I mean, if you want to say it wrong, I'm not saying I'm saying it right, but there is at least one more syllable in there that your Scottish mind isn't getting. Okay? Balu something ski. Okay? So it's not just sort it out.
Baluchinski.
That'll do. Even if it's wrong, at least it's got all the syllables.
Now look at that, we've got Sophie Aronwin in 28th, just ahead of Jeff Colclough, who's... Let's have a little look at Jeff and see where he is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You need to... Okay, so Sophie Aronwin and Yvonne Hoofler are in the same team. Yep. They are in the strangely named GTWR R8G female. Now, I would suggest, for marketing purposes, they need to get a name that you can say.
Oh, Jeff's gone wide there. Onto
Jeff.
the grass.
Jeff, it's because you're from the south, mate. He's from the south, but this is south track, isn't it? It's from Kent, isn't it?
Yep, down in 29th.
I would expect this, honestly, I would expect if he was like in Alton Park, or somewhere north of that, Croyce and Anglesey, but you know, it's got local thingy.
Now here is a shock. Haga is in 32nd place and last, 6 laps down. So he must have an incident. Hines is 4 laps down. Then it's here in 30th, and then Jeff is in 29th. But he's only less than a second behind Sophie. So, and I think is that Sophie's car? Let's have a quick look. See, we'll go onto the wing. Yes. Now we've got a race here between Sophie and Jeff. That they're good friends in the community. Will they be by the end of the race?
So Jeff's in his
McLaren.
I was going to say golf cart. You know, pink golf cart.
Yep. And the pit window is now closed.
Sophie's in a Porsche. How's she doing that?
Yeah, it's a tricky car to drive. Although we know from John Votter, from Votter Racing, he does a very good job in the Porsche. He's a professional in that 911 that he drives.
I've been watching some videos recently about the people driving Porsches. I mean, in general, not just in racing. And one of the things is, because it's got all that weight at the back, you can use the pendulum effect to point you.
Jeff's gone wide. Come on, Jeff.
He did that thing. He was sucked in, and he was lucky, mate. He was lucky, but he's got dirty tyres now.
Yeah, he's dropped down
Mr.
quite
Hare
a bit.
is gonna be not really going through. Honestly.
Now, how quickly?
Sophie's safe for a little bit. Sophie's choice was to not crash. Sophie's choice, get it? Come on.
Now we're on board here with Jeff, and he has got our hair just a second behind him. Look how he closes up there.
Young, old, middle-aged, something, male, female, whatever, pick your gender, hair, I don't know. Has not been doing ever so well. That's Remy. Remy was probably in Hello. And it's going to, what are you doing in my way? Look at these. Hello. René, what are you doing? Like that.
Now, here is a battle for
Taya,
ninth place.
that was for you, Taya. That was for you.
Now, she was in 10th, so Light must have just gone past her in the Bentley. Can she fight back? And there's Lewis, Mark Lewis is in the thick of things as well, being lapped.
Hatrick. Elbows Hatrick. What are you talking about? She's still in 10th.
I thought she was in 9th before, so she must have lost a place.
You said 10th.
She's in 10th now, but she was in 9th.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say that. Listen, if you're going to be nuts,
we've got 9th, 10th and 11th within a fraction.
Leave being idiotic up to me. I'm the one that's meant to make mistakes, not you. You're meant to be the one that knows what they're doing. Ah, Matty! Matty's in the thingy. What's the thing called? Chat.
In the chat. Look at this! Look at this! There's cars everywhere. We're bound to see a big crash. There we are. Oh, Ered's causing problems as they come through. They're all going wide.
Ered's always causing problems.
Thea's gone through and is still in 10th place. Like has gone through into 8th place ahead of Ered. So Ered must have gone wide. And now Thea is chasing Ered.
Oh, wait a minute. How's Ered in 9th when Thea's in...
They weren't far away.
I know, but what? I thought she was ahead of him. I mean, look, listen, okay, look, lots of people talk about Taya and her streams and all that. Yeah, lots of people talk a lot of crap, but she's pretty quick, actually.
Oh yeah, it's good to see it, man.
You know, just straight racing. She's just pretty quick.
Yeah.
But so, and Ered, the thing is, though, her and Ered are always.
They always have incidents.
Always.
Coming through clearways.
Yeah, I think they just do it on purpose, honestly.
And there is the McLaren of Chili Dog.
You are probably from some country I want to invade, and I used to have as my empire. Yeah, the English are not the only people that have an empire. I will get you now. I have chili dog behind me, and the Portuguese, they had the chili. So I kill you now. No, so I'm mixing metaphors there.
Oh,
but the point
look at this, it's getting close.
It's all three together. That's really quick.
So
878 is Eredus. Everyone knows him as Ered.
Then Tia in 10th and Chile in 11th.
Nugget.
There we go.
Where can you overtake?
The great corner, that right-hander, I love that corner. Coming into this one, this is a great one. If you can get it right, if you can just get enough curb without throwing the car, and then you can keep on the gas right the way through, then you get a great run. Just what Chile's done there. And you've got to watch this one. You can take a bit of curb, but it can sometimes throw the car. And then this is a dodgy corner.
A lot of curve. That one's a dodgy corner. That one's a seriously dodgy corner. Yeah, you can't take too much corner. English. It's like Inspector Clouseau has entered the room.
Oh, here we go.
Are you there?
Look at that. Here comes Chile.
Oh, get in there, Chili Dog.
It's such a
gap.
That corner in real life is so off camber. And then coming into the hairpin. I love this corner.
Corner's hideous. That corner's Hailwoods Hill and Paddock Hill Bend, and it's hideous. I hate it. Now they're going down the Cooper Straight towards Surtees.
Yep.
Which I hate. It's the second most hated corner.
That's a tough corner. It's so easy to get. You think you've got a good run out, and then the bump will throw you, and either put you off onto the grass.
What are you talking about?
Or make you spin.
Got to do anything. Oh God, this is the problem with you people. You get, oh Andrew, what you need to do is set this line. Oh, you got to watch that bump. That's like, what the hell are you idiots talking about? Me personally, at the level I'm at right now, it's like, okay, I've got to get around this ever tightening corner, but I want to go fast. So I have to go, no, don't go fast, go slow, and then you can turn in and not end up hitting a wall. And then there's all you people going, "Ooh, it's got a bump, and it's got this." Like, no. That's. If I'm at level, if people have never done the circuit is level 0, and people who are Lewis Hamilton are level 10, I'm at level 1.5. And all these other people who are level 3 or 4 are going, "What's the bump?" And it's like, oh God, come on! Seriously, really? And I get lines. You know I get lines, Hatrick, don't you? Yeah. What happened on Wednesday? I was so impressed. You did such a good job. It was awesome.
It was good fun at Alton Park. Yeah.
You kept your head so brilliantly. So brilliantly. When that nut job, idiot, whatever his name was, oh my God, he was taking everybody off.
Yeah, it was hard to avoid him.
Yeah, but he did a fantastic overtake. What an overtake. You were like Danny Ricciardo, my mate, who's Australian and nuts, and Australian Italian. You know, oh, brilliant. And then you did a fantastic overtake, and then next 2 corners later he goes, Gilio. It was like Gran Turismo Daily Races. That was the move he made. I don't need to brake, I can just rear end this. Git.
Oh.
I reckon that's what he is. All right, okay, Chili Dog
is challenging Thea.
Oh, she's not having it though. You see, the key on that kind of thing.
And in the meantime, Mr. Williams is trying to lap them all.
He'll lap everybody.
But he's got to be so careful where to go through.
The key of Paddock Hill Bend and all the others, right, is that those kind of bends you cannot do a dive.
Yeah.
If you try to do a dive, all you're going to do is come off the circuit, end up in the gravel.
Yeah.
So, but what happens is you see someone that close in the mirror going for something, and you try to brake 10 meters, 5 meters later.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll become English. 10 or 5 yards later. But you can't into that bend because it's off camber, it's ever tightening, and it spits you off.
Yeah.
So this is the skill of racing. This is the skill of being able to know when to ignore the guy behind and not defend. So this guy in the white car now, who's that? Greffert, is it?
Yeah, I think so, Greffert. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So they took a tighter line. Yeah, but that happened. That happened because they took a tighter line. They tried to defend a corner that's not attackable.
You're going to watch how you come back. So how you come.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah.
So who was it? Rewind and tell us who it was that they contacted, because I don't think it was necessarily their fault.
I don't know.
Do your thing. Do your special thing.
Here they come.
Do we know who they are? Is there some kind of thing that can tell us?
I think it was Greffert and...
It's the and I'm after. We knew it's Greffert. Big pink thing, car person.
Yeah.
So we have...
He goes wide, coming into first corner.
Yep.
He just goes. He just taps him. But to be fair, he tapped him and then came off worse.
Right. So this is classic. Okay, this is classic. He tried to attack going into Paddock Hill Bend. You can't. You just can't. You can dive down the inside of Halewoods Hill and Druids, but you can't attack Paddock Hill Bend, Halewoods Hill.
Yeah.
You just can't. If you end up the inside, you can't take that corner fast enough to be able to be faster than someone taking it in the proper line. Okay?
Yeah.
Druids, fair enough, you can outbrake them and get up the inside, but then you're on the outside going for Graham Hill Bend.
Yeah.
You're not going to get far enough ahead of that person to be able to be on, to sweep past them unless you're in a different kind of car.
Now Thea has just gotten past Like again and retaken 9th place.
Oh!
And so now it's Thea, Like and Chili Dog. 9th, 10th and 11th, and Erid is a little bit ahead.
Unfortunately, we didn't see Like getting past her.
No, we must have just missed that one. And then she just came back. But she's managed to repass. And there is Erid about 2 seconds up the road. And
So-
Mark Lewis is trying to lap him.
Like Schrodinger's cat, she was never behind. If you
Yeah.
don't see it, you know, if a tree falls in a forest and no one hears it, did it ever fall?
Yeah.
If a French woman gets overtaken by a Like, James Like, does she ever get overtaken?
There
On
we
to
go.
North.
2 minutes to go, just over 2 minutes. It'll be another lap or so.
Is
start
Taya from Paris? Is she from Paris?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Oh, they're coming in.
Oh,
It's going
Oh, people in the way, people in the way.
to be. It's all happening now.
Oh, no,
Lap traffic.
that one's got, and that's my point exactly. They've got so much
And
more
there's
down
Erid.
on the G3 cars.
And they're all coming through.
Oh, pink car,
We've got
pink
the
car, look out.
GT4s.
Chili Dog is after the positions. This could all change now. We
And then
watched
they go a little
Taya.
bit wide. Taya
Mate,
manages to get through.
We watched Taya spin a car on the last lap at Alton Park the other day.
Yeah.
In front of you.
And I got a place back.
You did. You got several places back because of that.
And there they go, almost neck and neck. Up the
Gone
back straight.
defensive. He's gone defensive. He's
Oh,
gone. Oh, she's giving him room.
And
giving
Chili's
him
right there behind.
room. Oh,
They're
the
coming
grass.
into the right hander.
Yeah,
Oh, and
it's
Chile
not right.
goes past like.
Yay! Woohoo! That's the problem. There's places you can attack. This is the whole thing about racing. This is what the FIA needs to be shot in the head and thrown into a ditch. Because this whole idea of all racing that they have, dictated by Liberty Media, they need to be slapped with a stick and
Yeah.
a fish. Many fishes. 3 fishes. I will find fishes to slap them with.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
There you have
Right,
it. The
that
leader's
was-
on the final lap. One more lap to go.
Oh God, last lap. So she's still in 9th, but Chili Dog's in. Oh, but it's being hassled.
By
That will
Lake.
give Taya a little bit of a break. But Chili Dog's no fool. Okay, he might be a bit hot-headed like any chili hot dog. But, you know, I'm saying that because it's his name. Sorry, Chili. Not really. I'm not. Actually, I'll rephrase that. I'm not sorry at all. I'm not sorry for any of the things I've said. Everything I've said has been true. Right. So, Taya, overtaking GT4 cars. It's not about power because GT4 cars have a lot of power. They have very little weight. Oh, my giddy aunt's trouser leg. Erid's in front of her. How did that happen?
Yeah. She's been in front for a wee while. So Erid's been in front for a little while. And
I thought-
Taya's about
was
1.5
Erid-
seconds behind.
Was Erid not challenging her recently?
Yeah, it wasn't too far away. They were. I think she was close up to him.
Oh,
here we
the other way
go.
around. Oh,
We've
here we
got
go. Oh,
Mark
he's on the
Williams
outside. No, what are you
come-
doing? Whoa, 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 whoa.
To
What?
take the lead, to take the win,
Finish the race.
and
Okay, he's
wins
got a
the
win.
race.
By about 1,000,000 miles. What was going on? Oh, we missed that.
No,
Oh, okay,
I'll
so
go back.
Chili got it. No, it's Chili
This
got
is
it.
a
Chili
replay.
got it. They were alongside each other. This was like a last corner banzai move, wasn't it?
We'll get the whole thing. We'll get the whole thing coming. I'm going back 30 seconds, so hopefully,
Cool.
as they come through.
Very, very cool.
I wonder, did perhaps.
Oh, we got back. We got back in our.
Oh, back's in the chat. That's good.
Yeah, got back. He's always very nice, very polite. I love back. Right,
Oh.
this is where we were. That was never going to work. Ever tightening. Ever
So
tightening.
Taya manages to stay ahead of Chile,
Hateful Clark corner.
and there you go. So, wow. There you have it. An incredible win again, and a very dominant win for Mr. Williams. But then Sawyer finishes second. Winnow is third. De Bruyne is fourth. Soga is fifth. Griffith is sixth. McDonald is seventh. Erid eighth. Taya is ninth. Chili Dog 10th. Like 11th. And would you like to do from 12th upwards there, Andrew?
What? Sorry, you were doing stuff. Carry on.
Oh, there's been quite a lot of incidents there, and also drive-throughs for 555s. We're now coming up with all the different 161 and 355. So there's been a few penalties and extra time being added there. But what a race! It's a tricky
that's
track.
Really good. Really good, actually. I mean, I don't like that track. You like that track. I don't like that track. But there are some pretty good corners. But, okay, so points that stand out to me are people trying to go past other people and assuming they're out of the way. People fighting and going for gaps and being fair. I love that. I always love that. I always love when people are clean and fair and give room and recognise what they're doing might not, work out. And also commentating with you. Brilliant.
Oh, it's always
Love
good.
it.
It's always good fun. Now,
Always love
Mr. Like, James Like was saying that was a fun race from the back. So he must have been starting very near the back. And he's made up a lot of places because he went up to 11th.
Marvellous.
So that's pretty good. That, and then Dan Johnson is saying GT3 dive bombs into a yellow flag. What a joke. So there must have been people trying to overtake under the yellow flag.
We know John. We know John is John.
Dan Johnson.
Dan.
He's a quick
Johnson.
guy, very quick driver.
And he's quick and he's there and he's always he's how can I put it? He's kind of foundational if that makes any sense. In terms of the races they do.
Yeah.
But so something obviously must have been going on that was a bit dodgy, but unfortunately that's Matt who has to deal with all that kind of stuff, which I don't envy at all.
Yeah, I don't
But
envy that.
Matt,
No.
Matt Evans, he does that big speech at the beginning. He deserves the fame of the speech just because of the crap he has to deal with for weeks afterwards. Oh, you said he's got to do this. Oh, you said. Fortunately, he's not Michael Massey. Because, if he was Michael Massey, somebody that was in charge of the stream would say, do this, and he would go, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I did answer. Is that a little bit political?
I've been watching this. Now, here we have Anders Pack, who says they have weight and aren't easy to overtake. Is he talking about Hugh? Oh, I'm trying to lose some weight, Anders Pack.
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't want to say.
That's very good. No, that's always good. But no, it's fantastic to have anyone in the chat. I appreciate all the comments and all the viewers as well. We hope you all have enjoyed that race. It's been good fun to be able to commentate on it.
I've just seen that Back says, yes, Taya is French.
And
I can't
because you asked her where she came from, if it was Paris or not, but I don't know if it's Paris. I think it was from the south.
And so, well, I don't know. That's the thing. It's because, look. I have.
Oh, that's very kind. That is very. Everyone give a round of applause for Anders Back. That is very, very kind. Thank you so much.
Anders, I take back everything I hadn't said that I may have said that might have been bad. I love you. And also, Anders is the same as my name.
Yeah. Oh, that's very kind, Anders. That's very, very kind. Thank you so much.
It's Greek for man, which also means people that are gorgeous. Probably not, but it's going to be now.
We'll have another race in 2 weeks' time. In fact, I'm going to check the final to see when the final race is, because I don't know how many more there are. But no, it's we will be back here in 2 weeks' time for another commentary session, and they are good races, I have to say. And I think because this is a short track, it's difficult to overtake. Surprisingly, I thought there'd be a lot more spins and crashes here, actually. More dramatic.
But I have a reason for that. Okay, the Wednesday streams have always been open streams. Open races, haven't they? So You know, the wonderful Matty, the lovely Matty, my mate, our commentary mate. Oh, didn't we do a fantastic job the other day where all three of us were commentating at the same time? That was just
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so easy for me. I just sat back and let you two talk. It was brilliant. Anyway,
But no, it's
the
yeah,
no, it's gone. So the point is that Taya does really good. I want to give a big shout out to Taya, and she does.
yes,
They put so much effort into the races and the streams that they do.
yeah. So all the guys running it, and all the admin guys, Chili Dog, Jeff, Matt, all the guys who are contributing to making
And also,
Rush Hour.
the idea is the sort of just kind of like mixing it up and giving people stuff. But this is of course competizione, and it seems to be they have a slightly different sort of the set of people that go in for these kind of races are more into racing and less into winning, if that makes any sense. You know, and Matt and I and you have been talking about this for a little while, haven't we? About how Gran Turismo seems to be filled with a bunch of people that want to kill each other. And, you know, ACC is great. So the Wednesday streams are open streams, so you don't...
Yeah, anybody can join.
Yeah, you don't have so much control over the people that join. And so, as we found out on Wednesday, you've got to expect a bit of...
Yeah,
argy-bargy. Yeah, it's a great phrase. This is a closed stream. This is a specific set of people who are racers. So it doesn't surprise me. I was looking, when you were looking at what's going on with the leaders in the first lap, I was looking back in the helicam and nothing happened. Did you not notice?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yep.
And that's real racing to me. That is, you know, winning at all costs is not winning. Not in racing.
Yeah.
So, you know, great. I love that. And Matt does a lot on ACC, and I recommend people have a look at his channel.
Yeah.
And also, Mr. Hugh Hatrick does a lot on ACC, and has weirdly found it interesting. Haven't you?
Yeah. I love it. I do love the game. I think it brings you on as a driver, or certainly as a sim racer. I think it really helps, and for me, it just gives me the kind of the feel of the car, where other games haven't quite done that. And I've got things like Automobilista 2, which I do like. I'm not a big fan of iRacing. In fact, I've cancelled my membership to iRacing because I just don't use it at all. And I've found that to be just not anywhere near as good as I thought it would be, to be fair.
Okay.
I might even do a video about that. Some people love iRacing. I just cannot get into it. I like certain races that they do, like the Formula V and the some other cars as well that they do. But I don't know. I find also the quality of the lobbies really poor, and they just take you off. It's a bit like Gran Turismo, but it's just more of them, and people are paying for it through the nose. So it's I've suspended my membership because I thought it just wasn't worth it. I wasn't playing enough to make it worth
Pretty
it.
wise, probably wise.
It's over a tenner a month, so it's not worth it.
I mean, seriously, what is racing if it's not racing? Okay, racing isn't winning. Racing is the skill. I mean, we have this problem with Formula One at the moment where they think the excitement is Jeopardy. You know, it's like Big Brother with wheels.
Yeah.
And that's not racing. I want to see. I mean, I don't really like the hypocrisy that, for example, Lewis Hamilton comes out with and that kind of stuff. I don't really like the way Max thinks that anything is acceptable to win the race, which is kind of what he does. And I don't really like, for example, that Ricciardo seems to not be very fast anymore, you know. I love these people because they showed such incredible skill.
Yeah.
And I also think that the skill of the engineers and the designers, you know, Gordon Murray, who's the guy in Red Bull? Brain's gone. Red Bull designer guy, very famous. Oh my God, what's his name? Conker. Very famous baldy guy.
I don't.
Red Bull.
Baldy guy.
McLaren.
Adrian Newey.
Adrian Newey, thank you very much. I've read his book, for God's sake. It's a brilliant book. Honestly, I recommend that book. Adrian Newey's book on how to design a Formula 1 car, whatever the hell it's called. Brilliant book. Read it. Ross Brawn, all these kind of people, I totally admire because they had skills that allowed their team to have an advantage, okay? And that's what Formula... If it was just like racing skill, you could watch any series.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is the cleverest people with the best drivers and the best managers, and you have to have all of those three working. You can't just have the cleverest designer. People go, oh, if you've got the fastest car, you can win.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
Bottas has shown that. Bottas would not have been the world champion. He came third how many times now?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, he would not have been world champion with the fastest car. You have to have a combination of all of them. Got to have it.
Yeah,
And that is brilliant to me. You know, it's just kind of like so. As of course, people say, "Oh, you got to set the car up." So you know, made this joke the other day with Taya about asking her to put up her sort of setup, and I even and I was laughing my tits off when she was going, yeah. And Matt was telling her to go 3 clicks up, and she said, yeah, you go 3 clicks down, 3 clicks down. And that's just brilliant. I just thought that was superb, because that's real soap opera. That's real game playing.
Yeah.
Colin Chapman, right? Colin Chapman, at the beginning where they're putting wings on the Formula 1 cars, right? And Chapman was at the beginning of all that. He was part of Chapman's Chapman. He was so clever. He was so innovative. He thought well and truly outside of boxes. Well, the gearbox snapped off the back of a car and nearly killed his driver.
Yeah.
And so we went round all the teams and went, oh, we've got problems with this, because he was trying to make sure he was trying to get an advantage, it's politics of it. But that's actually interesting to me, that's like real drama.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't bring out a virtual safety car, Wings of Redemption, exactly.
Yeah.
Because when the guy crashed, he nearly hit a gate with all this gold, gold on it, and he thought he was dead.
Yeah.
He missed it by a few feet, and then he sort of looked up after the car had smacked into this wall at stupido a mile an hour, and he thought he was in heaven. He thought they were the gates of heaven, literally.
Goodness me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've told you about 1 billion times to watch Power and the Glory. It's on. That's the series I saw it on.
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes around telling everybody about, oh, we've got this problem with the gearbox. You should look at and make sure this, that, and the other, because everyone was copying him like everybody does.
Yeah, yeah.
But that sort of innovation, and it's not the DAS that Mercedes brought out in 2019 and all this kind of stuff. That's brilliant. That's superb. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see fakery.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to see people punting everybody off. I want to see people using skill to win in a car that they have set up well to get the best out of it. Yeah?
Yeah.
And we're being deprived of this stuff by people that are so simplistic. It's like Love Island in cars, Formula 1 is becoming. I really like this, like this Red Bull, right? Because it's got a really nice arse on it, that's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Well, on that note, it's been fantastic fun commenting on the race tonight with Thea's group and with Rush Hour, and that was round 7 at Brands Hatch. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time for the next one. But Anders Pack, thank you very much for your very kind donation, and for everyone who's been watching and commenting. It's been brilliant to have you alongside us tonight. Have a great weekend. And to you, Andrew, commentating legend and partner in crime. It's been brilliant to talk alongside. Stay on the line before I end the stream.
What the hell? I mean, really, only Matt calls me a comms legend. He's in his Discord, he's called me a comms legend. And I haven't paid him. I probably need to.
Well, I never pay anybody. Maybe that's why we're so popular.
Really? John, he never pays anybody, John. John, stop him.
We've got no money to pay anybody now. But although, even thanks to Anders with his very generous gift, that has helped a huge amount. So thank you very much, Anders. That has been brilliant. But I will end the stream there. But stay on the line, Andrew. But to everyone, have a fantastic weekend. And drive fast. But drive your bus even faster. Bye just now.
Bye.